Should Neal use an annuity for his retirement income? Did I dare utter the word annuity? How dare you, Josh? How dare you? And the answer is Neal. We'll go into it right now. So Neal the deal. Neal the squeal. Neal the banana peel. Neal the meal. I think I like Neal the deal. Neal the deal sounds pretty good. He writes in, he goes, love the videos, dude. Your simple, down-to-earth ways resonates with me. Dude, what the hell, man? This is formal. What? This isn't down-to-earth, Neal. This is freaking formal. This is Wall Street stuff right here. Hey, look, I even got my shirt on right side in, or in whatever it's called. He turns 65 this year, and he wants to retire at year's end. He's scared to death, bro. I didn't realize we're brothers. Okay, whatever. Especially these crazy days, and it seems I'm not alone. Trying hard to get myself ready, but the topic of annuities, your vids opened my mind to the possibility. How dare I? So I recently checked that USA site, and blow is what the calculator came back with today. A snip of the screen showing the results of a planned income of $2,500 a month using a guaranteed period of 20 years with a lifetime option for me and my wife. Note the one-time payment of $470. All right, so he's got to put in $470,000 and he get $2,500 a month for the rest of his life. Is this even remotely legit? If my calculators are right, that's a 6.3% payout per year. Now, granted, that's fixed and no adjustment for future inflation. But wow, how can a person go wrong? And talk about removing the risk and keeping it simple. Am I just missing something, or is the reality of actually calling an agent likely to be very different? My thoughts. All right, so let's take a look. So he's got, what do you say, $3,000 a month. I mean, $30,000 a year divided by $470,000. Right? That's a 6.4% payout rate, just like my man Neal, the banana peel, said. So 6.4. Watch out. And he's 65. He said. Not sure how old his wife is, but so let's go to USA real quick. All right. So I do want to address a couple things. Removing the risk, yeah, and keeping it simple, yep. All right. How can a person go wrong? Well, it is not fixed with inflation, but there's another effort. We'll talk about that here in just a second. And he's got a 20-year lifetime option. That's what you want. So you want a 20-year period certain, a joint survivor annuity with a 20-year period certain. All right. Now, what that means is you have it for your life. So let me be very clear. A joint and survivor lifetime. Make sure that term lifetime is added in there if you need. That just means it'll cover either you or your wife, or for 20 years, whichever is later. As long as one of y'all are breathing, it's going to cover you. That's just fact. Neal could die tomorrow. His wife, Janet, could die 50 years from now. As long as she dies, as long as one of them stays alive beyond 20 years, the annuity will pay out. And then it will stop the minute that survivor dies. If they both die tomorrow, the annuity will continue to pay for 20 years until it's gone. All right? Not 20 years after death, mind you. 20 years from the day it starts. All right. So if we start on 2024, it'll pay for guaranteed to 2044. All right. If you guys die in 2034, it'll pay until 2044. I want to be very, very clear there. A joint survivor life annuity with a 20-year period certain. It'll pay somebody for 20 years at the very minimum, or longer if you guys survive that. I hope that makes sense. Very important to understand this, man. Some will have a period certain. I said, we're going to pay for 10 years and 10 years only. And then there's no residual in year 11. You're done, even if you're still alive. We don't want that. We want a lifetime annuity. It'll pay you as long as you're breathing. All right. And then for a certain maximum or guaranteed minimum of 20 years in this case. That's the way to go. All right. So then you say, there's no adjustment for future inflation. Well, that's what Social Security does. This is what these fools that gripe about annuities. This is what's called an income annuity, my friend. So the easiest thing since sliced bread, you dump money in, you get money back. But you got your $2,500 a month here, that's fixed. Then you got your, between Neal and his wife, we'll say Social Security, $4,000 a month here. All right, so $2,500 a month will start losing its purchasing power each and every month. That's just a fact. Social Security will keep up with purchasing power. No, it doesn't. CPI is 20%. It's just so dumb, man. I get so sick of these people saying CPI, the real cost of inflation. Blah, 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 blah. Ugh, it drives me up the wall. All right, so let's take a look at what USA is doing right now, shall we? USA website, you don't even have to log in to get a quote. We're going to say we need monthly income $2,500. We're going to say we're not funding from an IRA. We want this for 20 years, lifetime and guaranteed period of time. Yep, that's what we want. How long? 20 years is what we want right there. And who will receive the income? Me and my wife. And we're going to click, there we go, hit next. And we're going to say my date of birth is, we'll say, Neal said he was 65 years old. So he's 65 years old. And we take 1959, is that right? 2000, excuse me, 2024 minus 65. Josh, you are so smart. Most handsome and most smart. Yeah, I am. That's why the ladies love me. And if you think that's true, I got something for you. I was only able to get my wife to marry me because I promised her I had $1 million in my savings account, which I did not. We say my wife is 01/1962, just say. And she said, Josh, where's $1 million? I said, sorry, Charlotte. Who's the sucker? You really got me. Yeah, Char. Just say Char. And let's see. Dingleberry. That's me. Dingleberry and Char. And we're going to hit calculate and see what we come up with here. Yeah, right there, 472. That's exactly right. So there you go, man. 20-year guaranteed period of total. I mean, look, I don't know how you argue with that. Now, obviously, we don't want you to have all your money in that because we need some liquidity. Annuities don't pay liquidity. There's no liquidity in annuities. They just pay you cash, but there's no liquid account that you can tap into for future needs. Yeah, dude, I'm a huge 100%. Oh, good. I'm a conservative guy. I mean, I'm from an island off the coast of Maine. All right, so you can't help but be a prepper when you're born on an island off the coast of Maine. We have to take a boat to get your groceries. I mean, we had a little store, but we'd go to shop and say, what the hell is it called? Shaw's? I can't remember what it's called. And we have to go in town to get our big grocery haul. Had to take a boat to school. You know, I mean, so you're going to be a prepper by nature. That's just the conservative man I am. Sorry, dude. I'd rather have a locked-in guarantee, knowing full well that by the time the annuity drops with inflation so much, I'll be 85 years old. Man, I don't need so much money at that point. That's just me. It doesn't have to be you. But I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Just give me that monthly check, baby. I'll make sure I make it last. All right. Love your thoughts. God bless. We'll see you.